Hey guys, it's Lainey here with Steel Strength Training. I am the nutrition specialist at Steel, and today we're going to talk about meal timing. All right, this one is really fun to talk about, something that we really emphasize in athletics with kind of competing and stuff like that. But it's really interesting talking about it in terms of just kind of the average day-to-day people. Is there like a secret amount of meals that people should have a day? Is there a certain time of day that we need to stop eating, intermittent fasting? Like, there's so many hot topics around this, and I think it definitely needs to be talked about and kind of like myth busted, kind of our misconceptions with it. And so I am excited to talk about it today. And this will be more of just a conversational video versus a lecture. But yeah, let's talk about it. So I'm first going to address it in terms of kind of how there are certain instances where it does matter, and then are certain instances where meal timing doesn't matter as much. All right. So I'm going to start off with the fact that calories in, calories out is the only thing in terms of losing or gaining weight that's going to affect it, okay? So there's a lot of things that go into nutrition that's more than just calories in, calories out, but that is the thing that's going to cause you to lose or gain weight. What you eat, your choices of food, regardless of calories, oh, there's Finn, he's back, is going to be kind of how you feel, your cancer risk, your diabetes, your high blood pressure, things like that. Those are going to be, in your gut health, those are going to be the effects of the choices of things that you eat. But gaining or losing weight, which is what most people care about with the clients that we work with, that is going to be only calories in, calories out. So meal timing does not have an effect directly on calories in, calories out, just to make that clear. Okay, so I will say, when I was an athlete in college, meal timing was super important. And our dietitian would talk to us about it because we had 4-hour-long practices and we wouldn't have food for those 4 hours. So it's super important to time your meals right and have a meal with a good amount of calories, carbs, and protein before our practice, because we wouldn't be able to have a meal for so long, and we needed a good amount of calories and energy to be able to get through our practice and do it well. So that would be an example of when meal timing is super important. But for the clients that we're mainly working with, whether it's you're in the working age of things or you are retired or whatever it is, it's going to be super important to focus on your calories in, calories out. And I think that's where people go wrong in kind of the nutrition world, is that we obsess over certain aspects of things, whether it's seed oils or whether it's, let's see, what's a good one? Even meal timing or like high fat, low carb diet. Those things matter so much, and I think those are good things to think about and to know and educate yourself on. But at the end of the day, when it comes to weight loss, it's gonna be calories in, calories out. And I wish it wasn't, I really do. But in my experience, in Steel's history of existing, this is the only thing, and research too, this is the main, if not the only thing that's going to affect weight loss. And that's why I'm gonna go into, there are certain things in nutrition that I talked about with choices, what you eat, but also meal timing. So I knew a professor in college. He ate 3,000 calories a day. He was a fit dude. He was a tall dude. He ate 1 meal a day. And that just blew my mind, because I was like, how does that work? How do you feel good? How are you healthy? But again, it's really those calories in, calories out. And that worked for him, because if he ate during the day, he felt nauseous, he felt disgusting, and that just worked for him. So I think when it comes to meal timing, there's an element of individuality There's some things that work for people. Like when I was an athlete, I would probably eat around 4 meals a day, like 4 smaller meals. And now I eat 3 meals and like 2 snacks. And that works great because I'm not doing 4 hours of practice. I think when it comes to this meal timing topic, that people get very caught up in, what's going to be the one size fits all amount of meals a day or whatever it is, which is just what the nutrition world does to us. And it's somewhat helpful, but it's also very hurtful because, Jimmy Jean over here, she or he enjoys 2 meals a day, and that's what, let's say it's a he, thrives off of. But then Doug over here does really well with 4 meals a day, smaller meals, and that's what they do well on. But then there's certain people, certain dietitians or research that's saying that this is the perfect amount of meals per day and whatever it is, and it's just so discouraging, I feel like, in the nutrition world, because one person will think that this works really well for them, and it does, and this research just kind of crushes all their dreams. And I think that it's worth addressing those things because, yes, research is valuable and it's a tool, and a lot of times it is right, but I think we have to get back to listening to our bodies, and we have to get back to being able to experiment ourselves and not just trust what we see on social media. And so I think for average working people, like the clients I work with, or retired people, like, we don't need to follow a certain meal timing. We need to do what is best for our bodies and what we feel best with. I will say the main thing I see with people who do less than 3 meals a day especially struggle with getting enough protein. And it's almost like they just erase 1 meal a day but then eat normal meals for the rest of the day. And that's something that I really would advise against, because you miss out on the amount of protein that you need per day, and you miss out on getting the right amount of micronutrients and macronutrients that you need, because you're just erasing 1 meal a day and not replenishing or adding to your other meals. So keep that in mind. That's the main problem I see with meal timing. But I think we don't need to obsess over intermittent fasting or whatever, but I'm also not against those things, and I think they can be great tools for weight loss or just gut health. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I hope that this kind of sorted through those gray areas, but yeah, let me know what y'all think. Let me know how many meals a day that y'all eat, and kind of how y'all have come to whatever conclusion on your own. But I hope you enjoyed listening, and I hope to see you guys in the gym soon.